right? You can't just drop back and throw it every single play. Nothing going on that last run. They're going to have to find another way to get it going and handing the ball off.
Here comes the heat. And with not much doing downfield, he found his parents open in the stands and threw it to them.
And how nice is it to have the home crowd going absolutely bananas? Communication is harder. The snapping the football, everybody being on time. Man, this crowd really affecting the football game.
They are calling for their defense in Baton Rouge. A huge third down coming up. To the air, it's Bachmeier. He's got it down the middle. He'll be stopped short of the line to gain. Needed about 3 more on that one.
Well, I got to give the defense credit on that. Third down, they were almost anticipating some throws to the outside. They took it all away, so they forced the quarterback to go into the middle of the field on the drag route where everybody could converge on the receiver and make the tackle short of the first down.
This offense has moved into plus territory, and they want to keep the heat on. They'll go for it on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Oh, he dropped it. Just didn't look it all the way in, and they'll turn it over on downs. A bold decision to go for it on fourth down, and one that did not pay off.
Coaches talk about it all the time. We're going to be aggressive. Well, they're aggressive on that first drive. They go for it on fourth down. No dice. Now you put your defense on the field. I like the aggressiveness, but now you got to deal with some of the consequences.
Jump the gun just a bit, and we've got a false start. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. So frustrating for an offense to just give away yards with false start penalties. Wants to pass. Caught over the middle. It's Durham. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down. Love seeing these early season top 25 matchups. You can get a really good feel of how good these teams are, guys.
And the intensity is going to be big too, David, because the players, you know, on these teams.
Lost one deep down the right side. And that ball is hauled in inside the 35. Gets it into the end zone, but wait a minute. We'll have to check out the laundry on the field. Maybe a momentary scare for that offense when they saw the flag. It's on, the defense declined, and the touchdown stands. And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. This offense prides itself on going after you, and they did with that long touchdown pass to finish off a 2-play drive. The ball bounces through the end zone, and it will be a touchback. The BYU offense headed back out to go on the attack. Boy, that last drive, they had a chance to put 3 on the board and passed. This one needs to be productive, David.
Yeah, I got no problem with aggressiveness. It was a pretty decent drive. This offense isn't fully clicking yet. They need to get in a little better rhythm, and they need to capitalize on those scoring opportunities.
And they've got the weapons to do that too, David. They've got guys that can make plays in space. They need to focus on them and get them the ball this drive.
Big play like that to open a drive just builds the confidence. Now first down from the 46. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play.
I think there's a couple schools of thought in how you run the football and how you throw the football. Like some people say, I run the football to set up the throw, right? To get people aggressive. But this offense kind of took it the other direction, right? They came out throwing the football, now soften them up. Now let's see if they can start to get that ground game going.
With the catch, it's Nakua. Nowhere to go and not much to show for that one.
This slot receiver is a guy the defense has to be careful of. He runs good routes, he's got some speed, and if you're not careful, this guy can gash you.
Here comes his home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on third down. Back to pass, it's Bachmeier. He'll throw it. Can't make the connection, and the defense putting on the heat and forcing the incompletion.
And this offense stays aggressive and they pass the football. I think you can always look back and say, third and short, I'd love for you to run it, be the more physical team. But nice job sticking up and bowing their necks for this defense.
On fourth down, going to the air. Gets drilled as he releases it. The ball just triples to the ground.
Great coverage on that fourth down play. Nice job blanketing the receiver out wide. The defense, you could tell, they knew they were going for it. They had a game plan. They get the big stop and turn it over to their offense.
Looking to throw on first down. Under fire. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. Just an outstanding return after the pick, and he'll put that offense in business at the 45.
QB's got to pick and choose their spots when they want to be really aggressive and try to fit balls in tight windows. Great job by the DB making a big play, getting the ball back to its offense.
So the BYU offense comes out to go on the attack. That last drive was promising at times, but stalled out, and they turned it over on turning it on. He works his way inside the 30 down to the 29 and picks up a first down.
And that is just an attitude run, running it right up the middle, right into the teeth of that defense.
Inside the 30 at the 29, it's a first down. This time he wants to throw. Under fire. Trying to get rid of it. He just throws it away, and I think the flag's going to be coming, and there it is. The penalty pushes the offense back for this second down. Scanning the field, it's Bachmeier. Rushes on him. And he'll just get rid of that one.
And how loud is it in this building? This is crazy. These fans are going absolutely nuts. And I used to love when the fans got involved, and I'm on defense, because it messes with the snap count. It messes with the communication, and it can really rattle an offense.
Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on third down. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. Can't make the connection. The pressure there caused the missed timing.
Well, this is a disappointing drive for the offense, considering where this drive started, in their opponent territory. Now you're fourth and long. You've got to be better throwing the football in those types of situations.
Looks as if BYU will have to punt it away. He ought to be able to use this first punt to pin him deep. The pursuit and coverage was there, and they swarm him under for no gain. A lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. Here's Caden Durham to begin the drive. Crosses the 30, he's got away. Brought down at the 31 after a pickup of 10 yards on that one. The Bayou Bengals have been able to put on an aerial circus in recent years, but the foundation, the running game.
Yeah, don't forget about the run game. That starts everything, right? Because if you can run it, you can throw it, you can create some balance and keep defenses off guard. But I think LSU does a really good job of always establishing the run game first. Then they'll get to their playmakers and all the speed out wide.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Back to pass. Right down the middle. And they dialed up a shot play, but they couldn't make the connection.
Man, the quarterback threw that ball hard, too. And I know sometimes when you're throwing an in-breaking route, you want to get it to your receiver quickly. But when you try to strain and throw it harder, oftentimes your accuracy is what suffers. And you saw it there on the incompletion.
Wants to throw. It's Levin. Fires quickly. Really nice job there to pick up the first down and get it to their own 41.
Yeah, what a nice job finding your matchup, Palmer, on third down. Understanding I got a guy that can catch the ball in the backfield. Nice angle route, getting right there between the linebackers and getting the third down conversion.
It was a really good job, too, David, of the running back that time, setting up like he was going to the flat, and the linebacker gets a little bit too excited. He then puts his foot in the ground, cuts back to the middle. It's an easy pitch and catch, and they get the first down.
Guys, LSU has the lead here as we get a look at the numbers so far. First play of the period will be a second down. Looking to fire. Bringing the heat. He unleashes a long one. Snags it inside the 20. And he motors into the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point makes it 14-0. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And the final 53 yards coming courtesy of that touchdown pass. That one bounds through the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. Cougars offense takes the field to start this drive. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game, so Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
Fires to the right, and they couldn't make the connection on the long shot. He had the speedster loose, and he just couldn't connect. Just a little too much juice on the pass.
Yeah, those ones that you got a guy wide open, a lot of times quarterbacks will tell you that those are the ones you kind of, like I don't want to mess this up, and you either put way too little on it, or in this case, way too much on it, and overthrow the speedster.
Back to throw, it's Bachmeier. A lot of defenders around on that screen. He couldn't find anywhere to go, and now it's fourth down. They were banking on the yards after the catch, but that went into the negative column.
And I'm banking on the ball coming out quick. When I'm a defense and understanding third and short, understand they're going to throw the ball really quickly, try to make a play.
Look at this, guys. The offense appears to be going for it from their own side of the field. On fourth down, he'll try to toss it. He breaks a tackle. He's got enough for the first down, and they roll the dice and convert to keep this drive going. The Cougars come to the line with a fresh set of downs. To the air on first down. Pocket breaking down. Those two failed to make the connection. It's an incomplete pass.
And that pressure got to him quick. I mean, you talk about you want your quarterback to feel comfortable. Man, he didn't have time to feel comfortable. He didn't have time to get his feet set and get in the ground. This offensive line's got to do a better job.
Behind the chains now on second and long. He wants to throw it again. Oh, they're after him. Just missed on the connection. Incomplete.
He didn't have a whole lot of time to get rid of that one. The defense was all over him right after the snap. No wonder that thing fell incomplete.
Better get that seismograph ready here in Death Valley. Huge third down coming. From the gun, wants to pass. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up.
One thing this defense always talks about is getting off the field. Last drive, they forced the punt. Here on 3rd down, what a great job flying to the...
Guys, look at this. They're going to gamble and go for it here on 4th and long. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Going for the big play. Makes a catch. 1st down and maybe a lot more. He's got enough, and they roll the dice on 4th down, and they keep the drive alive. This offense has had trouble getting it in gear, but maybe a little life here on 1st and 10. From the red zone, he's going to throw it. Moves around to clear up the vision. And he just chucks it into the 4th row.
Things aren't going to get better for this offense, guys, until their quarterback becomes more accurate. Obviously, that was the problem the last game out. Completed less than 50% of his passes there. And he's doing it again here. You just can't score points if you're not completing throws.
On the run, it's Martin. Defense there to stop him after he picked up a yard. Ball's at the 17.
Well, the defense blitzed on that last run, but it was the big fella on the inside that made the stop and made the play. Great job flying out of his stance, locating where the football was, and getting to the ball carrier. Really good job at the point of attack.
Looking to pass. It's Bachmeier. Here's a heat. They'll force him out of bounds after a solid pickup on the play.
And that's the problem, man. You want to heat this guy up. You want to bring some pressure, but you see the other side of that coin. You bring pressure, he sees it, he can run, get the 1st down. This defense, it's kind of a picture.
He's got it! Into the end zone! Touchdown, BYU! A score for the big fella here. Why are tight ends so effective in the red zone?
Well, these aren't the guys that are going to burn by you and go for 70 most of the time, but when you can use their big-bodied frames, threaten them to run the football and be a blocker in the running game, and now you slip them in the secondary, make that big play.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. That last drive, an absolute aerial assault for the touchdown, Jesse.
And it was a nice job in play calling, too, David, just giving the quarterback some easy looks and reads so he could go out and execute.
And he makes the grab on the big throw. He'll go out of bounds inside the 40. They'll mark it at the 39.
Nice job by the quarterback. Hey, the defense is going to let your big tight end be wide open like that. You will take that throw all day long, and they do for a big game.
Pressure coming. Deep shot for the end zone. Falls incomplete, and he did everything perfectly except catch the football. 2nd down coming.
Well, the defense hasn't been able to stop this guy all game long, so the offense is going to keep trying to take shots. They thought they had the matchup they wanted, but they're going to force this defense to prove they can stop him, and the defense finally came up with a play.
The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage.
Now, on offense, you're trying to get your running back involved here in the passing game, and obviously no success on that play. Defense seemed like they were aware of it, and all of a sudden you've set yourself up in a tough position here on 3rd.
Looking for a man. It's Levin. Here's the pressure. It's caught. Now he's got it all the way down to the 21-yard line, and they are threatening on 1st down. LSU moving the ball quickly down the field. looking to throw on first down. Caught in the backfield. It's Durham. Breaks into the open. He'll be stopped at the 6-yard line, but what a job picking up yardage after the catch.
Man, this quarterback is having a first half. He's over 200 yards already, heating up, setting up. Dude, this dude might break his career high in passing. I don't know what it is. Somebody get stats for me.
LSU lining up first and goal. Smashes through the tackle. And he's able to shed one tackle and gets a pretty good pickup. Now the Cougars are going to use the first of their 3 timeouts. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. Defense going all in to stop the run. On the option. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Tigers.
Well, this guy's dynamic, and he can hurt you in a variety of ways in the option game, and he had a chance that time to pitch it out wide if he wanted to, but he kept it himself. He shows you the reels, takes it in for the score.
And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. That is an efficient drive. 7 plays, 75 yards. And they close the deal, pushing their way inches into the end zone. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. In the half here as they take over, but they will want to be efficient here in the final 2 minutes. Looking downfield, it's Bachmeier. They'll run the screen. Makes the catch and he's free. And how about that? What the doctor always ordered, an explosive play to the 40.
Yeah, I think if you're on offense right now, you're thinking, I don't know if our defense can stop them. They couldn't do it the last drive out. We're down a lot on the scoreboard right now, so we need to score touchdowns every time we have the ball. That was a big play for them, but they got to cap this thing off.
Timeout called by LSU. That's their second. And that got under their skin a little bit, having to use the TO after giving up the first down. One big play, and you go from a little backed up to threatening. It's 1st and 10 from the 40. Wants to go right back downfield. He's got the tight end. All the way down to the 27-yard line before they get him out of bounds, and this offense is threatening. Ball spotted at the 27. It's 1st and 10. He goes right back to the air. They're working that left side. Nice gain on that play, but leaves it a little short of the first down. And the Cougars can really attack on this 2nd and short. Here's a little room there. Tough, determined run gets it down to the 12.
Wow. 4 plays on this drive by the offense. They already got 3 first downs. We knew they had a lot of playmakers coming into this game, and they're showing that right now. This defense is going to have to make a play at some point here and stop the bleeding.
And he's run out of bounds just short of the goal line, and they keep him out of the end zone for the moment.
The closer you get to the end zone, the more you start to bring big bodies on the field, right? The field shrinks. I'm worried about you running the football, particularly up the middle. But how about the offense? Does a nice job tossing the ball on the perimeter, going out there, getting some positive yards, trying to get 7. I ain't settling for no field goal.
Well, they're trying to go with the QB design run, but nice job defensively. They were not fooled by it. They were physical up front. Guys defeating blocks, able to get that tackle for loss.
Not a lot of ground to cover and not much to defend. A big third down in the red. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, BYU.
But that's exactly what this offense needed to do. You talk about answering at the right time, right before the half, close this gap, create some momentum, go into the half, put something together, try to come out with your hair on fire and win this second half.
And no chance at a return here, and they'll start this drive at their own 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Looking downfield, it's Levitt. And he dropped it, just didn't look the thing all the way in.
Man, the defense, they haven't had an answer for this guy. He has been lighting them up in the pass game early and often so far, and that time just not able to hook up with his quarterback.
Last incompletion leaves them still sitting at their own 25 with 2nd and 10. Looking long. Oh, what a grab, holding it in with one hand. LSU quick to the line.
Nothing you can do about that. This quarterback saw the matchup he wanted, took a shot. Wasn't the perfectly thrown ball, but his guy went up and somehow snagged that with one hand.
Snagged out of the air. And they pick up just a few on that completion. Now the Tigers will take their final timeout of the half. And they won't be able to stop the clock again for the remainder of this half. Wants to adjust the pattern. Wants to throw. They'll have to be efficient against the clock. A shot toward the end zone. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on.
And that's exactly what I would do, too. Why would I not keep throwing that dude the football? I know it was incompletion, but he has had a day. He's been cooking this secondary, and they've tried to find ways to get him the ball because he has been so dynamic today.
They'll move the tight end. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Oh, what a spectacular layout and catch. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. They're looking to pass from the red zone. Fires to the tight end. And they're able to force him out of bounds after a short pickup. They flexed out that tight end a little bit, and you know the tight end's always open.
Always open. Quarterback's best friend. And this guy's a problem, Reese. He's a matchup problem because he's too big for DBs to cover, and he's too fast for linebackers to cover. He's showing you his athleticism there.
One more play before the teams head to the locker rooms. To the air. It's Levitt. Fires into the end zone. Intercepted. A first-half turnover can swing momentum. And he's dragged down after the interception, and that's how we'll close out the first half. And they head to the locker room. 2 quarters in the books, and time for us now to check in with Kevin Connors in our EA Sports College Football studio with scores from around the country.
Fellas, we welcome you into our palatial Orlando studios for the Week 3 edition of the EA Sports College Football Update Show. We begin with a look at SMU taking on the Louisville Cardinals. And it's the Mustangs in the throes of what is right now a major upset. It's early, I shouldn't get ahead of myself, but this team believes and they could just pull this off. Here now a look at some other games of note today, including a big upset with major implications.
The option, he'll keep it. He's going to lose a yard on that one. LSU right back to the line.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
Just nosing into enemy territory at the 49. It's 1st and 10. Might be calling a hot route. Wants to throw on 1st down. Gets it out fast. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few.
And, man, you got to love that from your corner. Willing to pull the trigger right away. Obviously, the running back slips out of the backfield. They throw him the football. But he doesn't waste any time. He doesn't hesitate. Pulls the trigger, runs at him, makes the nice tackle, and gets the stop.
Short pickup of 4 on 1st down, dealing with a 2nd and 6. The give to Caden Durham. Got enough for the 1st. Got a little grass. Big time run on that one as he goes out of bounds right at the 10.
I think one of the hardest places to move the football on the field is right outside that fringe area. Now the offense gets to skip that area because it was a great job by this running back making something happen, getting the ball all the way down the field, now set up on 1st and goal.
He'll be hauled down just inside the 10 at the 9 as they're trying to turn this into a score. The run inside. It's Durham. He's brought down at the 7-yard line, and they are threatening to take it in.
Man, a nice second effort by the back to break a tackle. But how about those defensive backs willing to come up, stick their face in the fan, and make a tackle?
Those are the best run defenses too, right? It's not just D linemen and linebackers getting all the plays, but it's DBs that are willing to not just cover, but tackle backs in the open field.
Looking to throw, it's Levitt. Going for 6. And that ball is caught in the back of the end zone, but the officials are signaling incomplete. He was out of bounds. And they can't quite hook up trying to make a completion in the back corner of the end zone. And on 4th down, they'll try to put 3 on the board. Smashes it between the uprights. And that will extend their lead even further.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but, man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. BYU has it back. The Cougars ready to get into that playbook. Their first possession of this 3rd quarter, still trailing. Defense did just force a field goal, and we'll see if they can grab some momentum with this drive. He'll step out of bounds right at the 35-yard line, and maybe they've got something cooking.
And because of this guy's athleticism, you've got to find so many creative ways to let him carry the football. You'll see it on zone reads. You'll see it on draws, designed runs. How about the old-fashioned bootleg, though? Let him use his speed out on the perimeter to the right, and he sets off a huge gain.
Ball is at the 35. It's 1st and 10. From the gun. Catch in the middle. It's Casper. They'll get him on the ground at the 46, and it'll be a 1st down. BYU right back to the line.
It has not been a banner performance so far by this offense. Here in the second half, they need more plays like that. That's a good sign. But you got to be able to put those plays back to back now. Really nice job early in the drive, coming up with a big one in your own end. But now you've got to be able to string some of those along now and score some more points.
Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They had been trying all game long different ways to affect him, weren't able to get there. But on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy, and that's why the ball falls incomplete.
And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit.
And if this offense is going to get back in the football game, those are the plays they have to make. Like, they have to make contested catches. They got to find a way to get some points, to create some explosive plays. Those 50-50 balls, when you get your hand on it, man, they got to start making those plays.
It's complete to the right. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
It's a nice effort by the running back, but in that third and long situation, it's just too much work for that running back to convert that third down. Really, nice job. Got to give the defense credit. They surrounded him, got him to the ground.
A famous writer once said, most men lead lives of quiet desperation. Here is a desperate move, going for it on fourth down, trailing by double figures. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Drop the football, and they'll turn it over on downs. And they are stopped on fourth down. That decision will be questioned.
That is just a play you have got to be able to come up with. They don't get bigger than that. Fourth down, you've got to make the catch. Whether it's a perfect throw or whether it's off of your body, you're good enough and you're athletic enough to haul that play. You've got to make the play for your quarterback and your offense to keep that drive alive. He's not able to come up with it.
And that's kind of a lot of today's running game, right? Spit the ball out quick, get it to your playmakers in space, get positive yards. It's instead of running the ball a couple yards up the middle, now you just spit it out wide, and a lot of times if you break a few tackles, it could be even bigger.
Motion from the back. Back to throw, it's Levin. Can't make the grab. Quarterback just missed him a little bit.
You know, it's a good decision by the QB because his intended target wasn't open, so throw it out of bounds, and you can live to play another day here on this drive.
They couldn't make the connection on second down. Now a 3rd and 7 to keep the drive alive. From the gun, wants to pass. Working that left side now. They've got it inside the 40 at the 39 as they pick up the first down.
Well, we know this guy is special, and because of that, his quarterback is looking to him on critical down and distances. There on that third down, there was no question. It wouldn't have mattered if he was single covered, double covered, man, zone. That's where he was going with it, and the big-time playmaker outside picks up the first.
You don't see that very often. You don't see the big tight ends with the soft mitts and the big, huge hands and the nice, sticky gloves. You don't see them drop many of those balls that hit him right there in the hands. That was a missed opportunity by the tight end right there.
And that pass will be jarred loose on second down. That brings up third down.
Well, give the defense credit because they're forcing this quarterback to throw into very small windows under duress.
Making side adjustments here. Gets the back moving. Wants to throw again. Makes the catch. Now well within striking distance as that third down play gets him a first at the 29. And the Tigers are moving quickly down the field. Looking downfield on first down. Got it behind the line. It's Durham. It's a seam wide open. And he is marked out of bounds after another big gain. This aerial attack has had no problem moving the ball with chunk plays.
The defense has got to be able to make a play at some point here in the second half. You're down 2 possessions. You need to steal a possession badly. You need to have a takeaway. The coverage is going to have to be way tighter than on that last throw. Otherwise, this offense is just going to go up and down the field.
Looking to throw, it's Levin. Into the end zone. And he can't quite make the connection as he was trying to pay off this red zone opportunity.
You simply don't see that very often. A quarterback of this guy's caliber missing a guy wide open in the end zone. He makes those throws in his sleep.
They'll try to dial up a better one this time on 2nd and goal from the 5. Back to pass. And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense.
You've got great field position here. You got to pay it off. Who is your go-to receiver that can make a play in this situation?
This is one of those momentum turning points. If this defense can force a field goal attempt, that is a victory for them. Fires to the end zone. And that is interception number 3 on the day.
There were a lot of people really excited about what this guy could do. Some were saying he could be an All-American, and he's proving them right. That's already his 2nd interception early in this college football season. Offenses are going to figure it out. They're going to stop throwing this guy's way. You just get in trouble when you try.
Got it in the middle. It's Martin. Oh, he's got some space. Stopped at about the 25-yard line, but it'll be a first down. BYU lines up quickly. Looking to throw on first down. It's complete on the right side. Gets it up to the 35-yard line before going out of bounds. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. 2nd and short, maybe looking for a shot. That's caught. It's Bachmeier. He steps out of bounds, but he's got enough for a first down. They'll have to hustle if they want to get off another snap before the end of the period. Back to pass. It's Bachmeier. He's got it. He goes out of bounds, and that'll take us to the start of the 4th quarter. It'll be 2nd down as we open the final stanza. Looking to fire. Caught close to the marker. It's Martin. Good execution. They move the sticks, and they've got it at the 33. The Cougars come to the line with a fresh set of downs thanks to that last connection in the passing game. To the air on first down. Fires to the big fella. Now he's got it all the way down to the 21-yard line, and they are threatening on first down.
Well, it feels like everybody else on offense has been getting some in the passing game this drive. Finally, they get the tight end going, too. He's like, dude, I'm good, and I'm open. Throw me the ball. And that's exactly where the quarterback goes. He's feeling it right now. He's distributing the football to a bunch of different people in the defense right now. They have no idea who's getting it next.
They'll spot the ball at the 12 after that completion.
Well, we've seen this running back make a lot of big plays catching the football, and they've got a lot of different ways to use him. That time, they're just throwing him more of a traditional running back screen, and I really like how they diversify the pass game with this guy in mind. He's a weapon, and they do a good job of being creative when it comes to distributing him the football.
Yeah, and this offense, listen, we're in warp speed, right? We got to score a bunch of points here. We're down. We're trailing. We got to go fast, but we also got to get first downs. And that's a nice job sneaking in the run, getting the first down, and now we crank the tempo back in.
He pushes it forward all the way to the 2-yard line.
If at first you don't succeed, try again. I wouldn't be surprised if they just turn around and hand it off to him again here on second.
They've moved it forward to the 2. Now it's 2nd and goal. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
unsuccessful second down, and now I'm immediately thinking, I got a little bit more than I want, so what are my pass plays? What am I going to get into here offensively to try to have success on third down?
And they'll come to the line trying to take a slice out of this lead on 3rd and goal. To the air, it's Bachmeier. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down. So on 4th down, here comes the field goal kicker in a huge spot.